Cast is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
This isn't about the dead, it's about the living. It's about my mother. It's about my sister. It's about my wife. It's about the 14 years it took me to go from undesirable to un-goddamn deniable.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women. Seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestle Cast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BookInfinite.com, Podoman.com, YouTube, and wherever else you may find this fine audio recording it live here on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel. We're talking about professional wrestling, both in the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty Jay, and yes, I'm still kind of technically recovering from a cold. That cold sucked ass, by the way. But that is TWK, who is healthy and ready to go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am TWK of TWK Reviews, and I'm here to entertain you for another fine edition of the Wrestle Cast.
How about that, huh? How about that? Yes, just the two of us for the Rumble week. But would you accept any substitutions? No. You want the Matty and the Tito to talk about the Rumble weekend. We're going to be doing that. This particular program, lots of stuff to talk about. NWA Power.
Oh, yeah, lots of subjects.
National Wrestling Alliance. They had a pay-per-view. Actually, they have a pay-per-view still technically in progress and about to finish up. So we're going to be discussing the results probably in the next few minutes. We also have a clip regarding the NWA in a few minutes, of course. Of course, Rumble weekend, all the news, and 5. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 3 and enough, man. We got 5 title changes. We'll discuss all that, plus your emails and your comments, and your winners and your losers, and all of that stuff. That being said, Tina, I think we should get this going. Should we get this going?
Hit the button, Matty.
I'm about to hit the button. Some weeks, folks, you need context to start the discussion, and hopefully and thankfully this does provide some context. But sometimes, a couple of the week is just the best thing, or a momentous occasion, and there are a few this week. But sometimes a clip of the week just needs to be a good fucking promo. And this one, folks, oh yeah, this was a good promo. Presenting, ladies and gentlemen, in its pretty much entirety, the Cowboy and the undeniable Kavorka, as introduced by one Dave Marquez. Take a listen.
Okay, folks, we're just moments away from our huge main event. Eli Drake, James Storm. As we approach this main event, I want to know, what do you think about Ricky Morton and his chances?
Let me talk to you. Dave Marquez, I don't know if you heard it before this camera started up. When we walked out here, I heard everybody saying, but tonight, you're looking at the Cowboy here, you're looking at Eli Drake here, but what I feel is some fever here, because what NWA's been all about is catching lightning in a bottle, and I think it might happen again when we crown Ricky Morton new NWA World Champion. You know, I can come out here and I can talk about my match Into the Fire, but at the end of the day, what it says is I lost. Plain and simple, and I'm a man to admit it. So what men do is they suck it up, pick themselves up, and they carry on. And I'll go to the bottom of the list, and I will work my way up until I get my opportunity again. But tonight, it's about the man, the myth, the legend that they call Ricky Morton. You see, Ricky made me want to become a tag team wrestler, and I've become part of some of the greatest tag teams in wrestling history. But tonight, Ricky Morton showed me, he showed me all the time that the underdog could always beat the big dog if he has the will, the drive, and the heart. And so I was standing backstage having a couple adult beverages, and I looked to my left and I saw Ricky Morton, and he was all hyped up on Mountain Dew. So Nick Aldis, he's gonna be all over your ass like a spider monkey. And let me tell you something. Ricky Morton, to me, is like Dale Earnhardt. He was number 3 on the track, number 1 in my heart. Raise hell, praise Dale. Ricky Morton, President 2020. Let's make the mullet great again.
All right, Eli.
Now, can I get everybody to stand up? Let's bow your head. We're part of a great tag team. Go ahead. You sure? You want me to talk? Because I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this. Can we get everybody to stand up and bow your head and let's pray? Pray. Dear Lord, tonight we're here at NWA Power. Woo, another great episode. Can you give Ricky Morton the strength just to kick the living crap out of Nick Aldis? In sweet baby Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, hold on one second, because I gotta tell you, I heard Nick Aldis come out here. He's always spewing his little whiny tales about everything he's gotta go through. And I'm gonna tell you like this, he talked about all the sharks, all the snakes when he first came to America. Like he had some bad impression coming here. And a lot of people would say, America, love it or leave it. But I don't say that. I don't say that at all, Nick Aldis. As a matter of fact, what I say is stay here. Don't go anywhere. Make your home here. Get your citizenship, because now, till the end of your life, I want you to stand right here so that Ricky Morton, myself, James Storm, Tim Storm, Mama Storm, Thunderstorm, Sandstorm, hell, Dave Marquez can all give you 100% grade A American ass tickets for the rest of your God-given life. And if you don't like that, we have one thing for you. Sorry about your damn luck. Yeah.
Big man event action still to come.
I don't think I need to say anything else on that one. Sometimes a good promo needs to be highlighted. And let's be honest, I know some of you may watch NWA Power, but some of you don't. Some of you need to change that. I'm not going to say who. Pretty sure most of the people in our live audience is watching. They're actually playing a fun game, Jay Coggins. A few days ago, I found out who the tallest kayfabe wrestler is in kayfabe. Anyone guessed? The kayfabe part is important. T-Dub, you said Marco Payne. Coggins says no.
The ring name is only one word.
Yeah.
Who in kayfabe only has one word for a ring name? It's been so long since I've actually watched a movie. God damn it. All the names that are coming to me are like 2 names. God damn it.
I know it's more than one name, but the first thought was the Great Power Uti.
He's not in kayfabe, unfortunately, although that I can only imagine his presence.
Something to rewatch later, obviously. Oh, the Yeti? Oh, the Yeti! Which kind of makes sense.
Anyways,
We'll continue on with that. Before we do anything else, we'll tell you, I believe the pay-per-view is still in progress, but here are the results for the...
Hold on, before we get to that.
Okay.
Before we get to that, we have to take care of some business, and we send our condolences out to the friends and family of Justice Payne, the brother of Nick Gage. Always sucks to lose another wrestler. This guy made quite the name for himself in Combat Zone Wrestling.
Yeah. This sucks. This whole month sucks.
Yeah,
as
lots
far
of
as
death,
just,
unfortunately. Lots of death. Ugh, sucks. So, yeah.
Anyway, so as I mentioned, National Wrestling Alliance, they're currently LIVE with a pay-per-view right now on the Fight app. Excuse me. Still recovering from a cold.
And so does that answer your question, Noob? That's how Matty's doing. Me, I'm doing quite fine.
I'm about 80% done. Like this freaking cough you just here kept me awake the entire fucking night last night. So thank God for caffeine. Otherwise, I'd be crashing in that bed right now, probably binge watching. I'd probably be binge watching. I actually don't know what I would be binge watching, but I'd be putting something on TV right now.
You would totally be binge watching Demon Slayer, because Demon Slayer is one of the best animes.
You do realize that shit's on Toonami, right?
Well, yeah, but you could just binge the whole season because it's that good.
Yeah, but
and then get excited for the movie that's coming. I had all the fun binging that series. I couldn't stop watching
NWA Hard Times, so it's third time's the
I could not stop watching Demon Slayer. Now I'm hyped for the movie.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you.
It's coming out this year.
Oh, and Renico, don't worry. We'll get to him. Hype! Honk! Trevor Murdoch, he defeated question mark. Aw. In the we have matches in the World TV title the thing. Dan Maff defeated Zicky Dice. Thank God, I don't think Zicky Dice is working for me. Ricky Starks over Matt Cross. I want to watch that.
I wanted Zicky Dice to win the TV title. It's my pick. Do you want to know why?
Huh?
Do you want to know why he was my pick?
Why?
Because he is outlandish.
Figures. Eli Drake, James Storr, they defeated the Rock and Roll Express to gain the
and the wild cards
and the wild cards to get the NWA World Tag Team titles. It was a triple threat tag match. We have a new women's NWA World's champion in Thunder Rosa, who defeated Allison Kay. Nick Aldis defeated Flip Gordon in the National Wrestling Alliance Ring of Honor interpromotional match. I almost said New Japan Pro Wrestling 3 times there. That's the stutter. And as far as what else is in there, we have Aaron Stevens versus Scott Steiner for the national championship. The third degree national championship.
It was almost a fourth degree until Ricky Starks interrupted. And
poor question mark had to do the chop to the thing. Would not want to be Aaron Stevens, though. His throat probably sounded like my throat right now. I would not be surprised anyway. Let's see. Ricky Starks is taking on Tim Storm, and Dan Maff is taking on Trevor Murdoch in the semifinals. And the winner in the main event is it's the winner of those two matches. And the winner will be determined. Will be crowned the National Wrestling Alliance World Television Champion.
Out of those 4, I'm going to go with Ricky Starks. He seems like the blue chip.
That makes sense. It's either that or Tim Storm if they want to go the nostalgia route. But either way, there's 4 great arguments for their first TV champ, or their new TV champ, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it'll be a new champion. The title's been vacant for quite a while.
Vacant for a while and inactive, I guess you could say. we'll keep an eye on things, and by the third segment, most of the matches we are sure will be completed. So we will, of course, update you on that particular pop-up, and all that good stuff. T-Dub, we got news, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, we do. Let me just look through my list here. Let's see. First up, 2 cases of wrestlers being idiots. 3 wrestlers of wrestlers being idiots. 3. Well, at least one of them's just a promoter. But
with Pat and Vince, does it disqualify as what the wrestling fuck?
There's 3 that qualify. Yeah.
Should we just hit the button? Someone asked about it.
We may as well. Let's just do it.
Usually I wait for 5, but this is enough. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for part of the Wrestle Cast. We take a look at sorts of bad wrestling stuff, bring it to you. Of course, this was based on literally ripped off of Nash, and we asked, what the fuck? I'm off my game, ladies and gentlemen. Just confirm that I hit the button teed up there. All right,
nice.
What do we say?
First off, Noob, I already watched Tiger Mask W through its completion. Very decent show. Really love their attention to detail when it comes to wrestling.
It's worth the shot.
Just want to get that out of the way. That nice highlighted question. Thank you for highlighting that.
Yeah.
Now, first idiot of the week. Enzo Amore.
Oh, I am so happy you brought that up. His quote unquote beef with Tama Tonga. You know, it's funny. Tama was asking, what do you call an Enzo? And I said, does fucking idiot count? Because challenging the son of Haku seems pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, he's trying to challenge Tama Tonga to a fight, and he claimed at one point that GCW offered him $25,000 for a match, to which they said, no, we did not offer you any money, nor will we ever offer you any money for a match.
Because GCW is not stupid.
Yeah, then Tama Tonga says that he wants to do a shoot fight with Enzo anywhere, and he'll just donate all the money to charity.
Which, by the way, if that happens, if that is exactly what happens, good.
By the
Give
way,
the money to charity.
Do you want to know who responded to that?
Who?
Rusev. Rusev responded to that saying, I want front row seats.
Can you blame him? It's an ass whipping.
I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon will also be among those people to buy front row seats.
If you know what, Vince is so fucking stupid to risk that. It's like, you know what? No, this is Enzo Amore getting his ass kicked by a Tongan. I pay ringside money for that too. I'm not gonna lie.
I honestly would think Vince would at least want the tape of it after, like
he want the tape. He would match the donation just to put that shit on the WWE network.
Try to ruin Monday Night Raw, will you? You son of a bitch. So yeah, not a good week to be Enzo Amore. Also not a good week, once again, to be Tessa Blanchard, as she was caught trying to dig up dirt on Allison Kay.
This was brought up originally. We brought it up last week, and then this development happened between the WrestleCast and the Monastery. So for those who tune into both this show and the Monk's show, you know exactly where this is going. Dig up stupid. Oh my God.
Like, if you ever want to know if somebody's guilty, if they're trying to dig up dirt on the person who's calling them out, yeah, generally, that's usually a guilty move. We've seen it quite a few times. It's not a good look.
It is better. Look. It's crazy. Adam Blampier is more of a general good person than Tessa Blanchard. I bring it up because he was on Wrestle Talk doing a fantasy booking warfare, which both Ollie and he had a great arguments for the Rumble, by the way. So it is worth a watch if you're interested. I'll say this: yes, he is. He was accused of doing bad things.
It's not accusations. He admitted to it.
That's the difference, though. He fucking admitted. Tessa Blanchard is up there. This lady doing stupid things. I'm trying to dig it up right now. Blampier had the sense to say, yes, This happened. Yes, I regret it. I'm going to walk away for a while. He was, what's the word, T-Dub? It's fucking smart.
Well, if he was really smart, he wouldn't have done it in the first place.
He wouldn't have done it in the first place, but most human beings, when they make a mistake, they're smart enough, intelligent enough to say, I own up to this mistake, I will pay for this mistake, and I will move on. That's what Adam Blampied did, and he paid a hell of a price for that. Tessa Tessa, you know, I said it's an unsavory word, the C word, the OSW C word about her. I'm not going to say it here, but y'all know the one. And at this point, she is that.
It's kind of hard to argue that because she is not helping her case whatsoever.
It is better to admit it and move on. And she is not moving on.
And it's only going to follow her and just weigh her down even more.
And at this point, all we can do is sit back and laugh. Because at this point, this woman's being given the fucking Impact World title and is doing the one thing one world champion representing the entire fucking company should not be doing right now. So there you go.
Yeah, when you're representing a company, you kind of want to put on your best public face possible. And this definitely is not that. In fact, I don't think there's been someone... It's been at least a long time since they've had a world champion this bad at represent. I think it might have been Jeff Hardy. I think that might have been...
But then again, Jeff Hardy, we all know his Molotov cocktail of bad stuff. But Tessa not only has talent, here's how I see this. At least Jeff Hardy is trying to, admits to his fault, is doing his best not to fuck up that hard ever again. Is he successful? Some days yes, some days no. Tessa, instead of being a responsible adult and saying, yes, this happened long ago and I apologize, at least in a PR move, at least, is making herself look more and more like the bully she is rumored to be every day.
And those rumors grow stronger and stronger with every accusation. Because these accusations aren't all just coming from, just random people. These are coming from very respected names.
Yeah. And this is beyond Allison Kay and Tessa Blanchard and Have Heat. Because there are people backing up Allison Kay on this one.
Yeah, and the one that really struck me was Chelsea Green, who, when she threw her accusation at Tessa, she just debuted on NXT in a big angle with Robert Stone. Meaning that they see something or they're going to start pushing her. So she's going to start getting pushed.
They're not only are they pushing her, they're starting something very, very unfamiliar to modern WWE eyes. So, and something that will, like you said, push both Robert and Chelsea very hard.
Yeah, and she's a part of what might be one of the top women's divisions in the world. What does she have really to gain from just calling out this random person?
What clout? We were talking about clout.
Yeah, because that's what
she don't need a fucking clout. She got a freaking guarantee. She got guaranteed money and a surefire weekly spot on national television. What you have is a belt and a very bad attitude.
And speaking of a bad attitude, that segues perfectly into Vince McMahon, who reportedly got wasted at Rocky Johnson's funeral.
I read about this, and I went, CEO and chairman of the biggest wrestling company ever.
No, this was not brought to you by Kayfabe News. This is reality.
This is reality. This actually happened. There are reports. There are people who said, this guy is fucking drunk.
He's barely 2 sheets to the wind, apparently.
And so was Pat Patterson, who got the freaking... he got yanked out. He got the cane, apparently.
I didn't hear about Pat Patterson. I just heard about Vince McMahon.
Yeah, but the story has it both Vince and Pat were, to use the technical term, fucking shit-faced.
That's not the best PR look. Speaking of those,
Yeah. If I'm Triple H and Steph, I'm going, you either apologize publicly or wait, or if the next time the board says you're done, you're done.
nah, that's not going to happen. The shareholders aren't going to care unless this starts affecting the stock prices. That's the way public trading works.
You know it should. It should have affected the fucking prices.
Nope. This is just going to be yet another little tab in the story of Vince McMahon. Just boop. And everyone's going to forget about it in 3 weeks until some jerk-offs like us bring it up again.
Or Enzo Amore fucks up again. Whichever comes first.
Do you want some good news when it comes to WWE?
Let's do that. I'm going to take off the wrestling fuck thing out the screen. There we go. Let's do that.
Oh, Mike Kanellis is reportedly teamed with Tony Nese on NXT house shows.
Nice and Mike Kanellis. I can see that. That's an interesting combination.
And it means they're finally doing something with Mike Kanellis, someone who has way too much talent to be doing nothing.
Exactly. Suffer!
Unto me, yeah!
I'd sing along, but I kill my throat doing that.
If only they could use that song, nevertheless. Maybe future NXT Tag Team Champions? Question mark?
Hey. If that's a team they intend to use, and maybe NXT UK, I would not complain.
Although neither of these two are British.
Neither is Chris Hero. He's a regular on UK.
What are you talking about? He's the best British wrestler in the world. He said so himself.
Look, all I'm saying is, if the opening's there, you could send them there.
Indeed. And speaking of champions, we have new Raw Tag Team Champions, Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy.
I watched that Raw up until that particular point, because after they said Rusev and Lana in the main event, I'm like, done!
Yeah, that was your main event to go home for Royal Rumble. Not anybody that's particularly featured in the Rumble. Not any title match. The same
Actually,
old thing you've been
I
seeing for
lied.
months.
What made me go done was Dawkins and the Street Profits doing the Monday after a weekend update thing, which I'm like, boys, I'm sorry, but that's when you know you jumped a shark.
They could be doing so much more with them. Because I've seen them on NXT where they're really exciting.
So have
really
I.
fun.
These guys, and their promos are excellent. And this, again, no problems there. They are communicative as hell. But you're wasting them.
Welcome
It's
to
gone
Monday
to a
Night Raw.
point where I'm forced to hit the... Where's the shark button? I had a shark button. Aha! There we go.
Okay, yeah, this show's officially jumped the fucking shark.
Jumped it and fucked it up the ass on the way down.
Thank you,
That's Street
Nash.
Profits. That's their backstage promos.
Also, once again, thank you, Nash.
Mm-hmm.
That does come from one of Nash's old skits, right?
Radio Dead Air Crosswire, yeah.
I miss those. Nevertheless, moving on. Best of luck to the title reign of Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Hopefully they have some really nice defenses.
You know what? It's given Buddy Murphy a big thing, and you know what? He's 2 weeks into that new faction with Seth. It's paying off dividends.
Although it is weird that a man who went on a losing streak then got an immediate championship match. That's the one thing that I have a problem with.
It is irksome.
And it's
But
a common
again-
problem with WWE.
Yeah.
Where the person who loses the feud moves up the card, but the person who wins either stays exactly where they are or they move down. That's exactly the reason why it can be so hard to get invested in feuds with WWE.
Devin the Great, the Street Profits need to jump ship, join AEW, New Japan Impact, etc.
I don't see that happening in the future, unfortunately. They seem
Not
to
at
be,
least for 2 years.
just-
These guys are locked in. They've been built up by Vince. So
Oh yeah,
there's a loyalty that comes to that, unfortunately.
yeah. And our next new champion is the new NXT North American champion, Keith Lee.
Bask in his glory.
So that was one hell of a title match between himself and Roderick Strong. And one note to make is, if I'm correct, Roderick Strong was the last person of the Undisputed Era to get a belt, and he's the first one to lose. Maybe starting some tension. Maybe this April we could see Roderick Strong break from the Undisputed Era and take the NXT title from Adam Cole.
Baby. We're just gonna lay that there for you. We're gonna let that lie for you for a little bit. We've been talking about this split for what, 14 months now?
Possibly, and I say WrestleMania weekend would be the time to do it, since it's one of the big shows of the year for them.
Absolutely.
And speaking of a team that's probably going to split in the future, this one probably sooner than later, we have new AEW World Tag Team Champions, Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega.
Congratulations to the new champs. This marks AEW's first title change, actually. So there's a little bit of history right there. I will say this.
Their first title change happened on a boat.
T-Dub, I'm not going to lie. I'm having a hard time deciding if I want to do a week of GDQ or go on Chris Jericho's boat next year.
And next year it's going to be live. Live. Live.
I want to be on that boat, God damn it.
And here, I just
So
wonder what
bad.
the logistics of that's going to be, because broadcasting from out in sea is notoriously difficult.
I get the feeling that if they're going to do this live, they're going to bring a few trucks to the Bahamas. They're probably going to dock the boat to get this going.
The boat was already docked for this show.
Yeah.
And I believe Nassau.
Yeah.
So even then, though, like, getting a really good signal, it's going to be tricky.
Hey, you know what? It's TNT. They got the money.
They got the money.
And they're with them for what, 3-4 years now?
Something like that, yeah, I would say so.
So
I believe that's what they're...
Why not?
I guess, if you're going to go with this company, you got to go...
Yep.
I'm so clever. Pat myself on the back.
So much.
And of course, we already talked about the new NWA champions, Thunder Rosa and Storm and Drake, winning their respective championships.
A hearty congratulations to both.
Really happy to see Thunder Rosa getting some time in the spotlight as champion now. And I guess now we're going to see her turn babyface and start feuding with Melina. That's why I see it coming in the future.
Yeah.
Because Melina is going to be all pissed like, hey, what happened? I was supposed to win the title. You weren't supposed to win. What happened? What happened? And that's going to start their feud. And of course, there's some NXT UK news in that the WWE United Kingdom Championship is no more. Toss in the trash. It's worthless. Because it is now.
Well, according to
because it is now the. Yeah, because there's no more WWE United Kingdom Championship. It does not exist because now we have the NXT UK title.
For those who didn't see it, really all they did was change the logo from WWE to NXT.
That is something that's been a long time coming. Why did it take like over a year to do this? Anyone got any idea why it took them over a year to do this? This is like the most duh thing in the world. The moment the NXT UK branded launch, I'm like, okay, so what are they waiting for the pay-per-view? Here comes the first Blackpool takeover. Still the WWE UK title. Okay. Then comes WrestleMania weekend, still the WWE UK title. Then comes TakeOver Cardiff, still the WWE UK title. Then comes TakeOver Blackpool #2, still the WWE UK title. And then wait until the taping afterwards? That just seems a bit strange. You think they want to do it on a big stage when everyone's watching?
You would think, but this is WWE.
I know this is NXT. NXT. Baby.
Yep. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying this is WWE.
I know, like, just why did it take them so long? This is such. Of course, obviously, we should do this. Like the moment the brand launched, because when the first had the WWE UK title, it sort of just traveled around the indie scene, and they had Tyler Bate and then Pete Dunne sort of defended it against random UK indie wrestlers until they finally launched the brand. And it's like, yes, now you're finally gonna do it because they had their own set of NXT UK titles for everything except for the singles belt, which is still just WWE UK. Well, why were they dragging their feet? I can't imagine making a new belt was that expensive for them, considering the money they're pulling in from all their different sources. And
the Saudi blood money.
That being their main source of money, I'm assuming at this point, that and Fox. Paying them all their money. I'm pretty sure they could spend a few $1,000s on a new belt, which they finally did, which I'm very happy for, because it still looks quite snazzy.
You know what's crazy? They redesigned the Intercontinental title before the NXT UK title.
Yeah, that is quite surprising. Especially because the IC title didn't really need a distinction change. I'm just wondering. And
all it was they wanted to find a way to sell more side plates and main plates.
That's probably. Although there's still a part in the back of my head that's still going, that just in the back of my head that thinks that just a tiny part of the decision is going, they changed it because Cody bought that and created that belt. Just a tiny bit.
Mike Shell in the chat. Would you say Triple H is slipping? Could you get him to the players box? By the way, we should do that.
Triple H is slipping into the future. Fly like an eagle
to the sea.
My favorite part of the song is probably the 8-bit beats near the end.
Yeah.
Feels like I'm playing Galaga.
What else we got, bud?
Of course, JC brought up our next topic, which is, of course, the NXT Women's title being changed to just the NXT Championship, which my exact reaction reading that was just, meh. That was my exact reaction.
That's how I felt. Meh. I'm like, meh. I'm like, okay, because Becky Lynch decided to be woke for really 2 minutes when you think about it, which is rare for her. But okay, Mildra is going to put this on the docket for the monastery. I get the feeling this will get some blood boiling and some people going, "This is getting woke. This is getting woke." I'm going to say this: I don't think it's that spicy, but Mildra said it just felt like this is a case of not thinking things through. And I think that's the root of the problem. Instead of making this a momentous thing or building this up to a momentous thing, they're just going to say it like that. And, okay, here's the moment. We're going to turn that into the NXT Championship. Okay, so it's going to be Rhea Ripley versus Adam Cole then. Okay, cool.
I could definitely see that sometime in the future for unification.
Because I know some people, I'm 50-50 on the intergender matches. The right two people need to be involved. Before the whole shit show, T-Dub and I were big on the Tessa Blanchard Sami Callihan match. Because they had built it so damn well, that it makes sense. But this to me is you're getting close to the woke part of the internet there. And there's a saying, get woke, go broke. I don't want the NXT women's division to go broke.
You don't have to worry about that one iota. That's getting a bit too.
But
heavy
here's the
right
thing.
there.
Here's the thing. Is it a good decision? Yeah, maybe. But Tito said it best when he said, meh.
Yeah, because it's just a name change. I don't really think anything of it, just changing the name title, because we've seen titles change names all the time. I mean, how many times did they go back and forth between the WWE Championship and the WWE World title and the WWE World Heavyweight title, just back and forth every other week, it felt like?
To me, this feels like it's a decision, a change for change's sake. And for all the things that you've did with the women's title and the women's division, up until Ronda Rousey decided to up and leave it last year, now it feels arbitrary. And the last thing you guys want to be with the women's division is arbitrary.
I think this is just, if you actually look at the way they've always treated the division, they've always wanted to sort of elevate the women's division. One thing that Becky Lynch said in a follow-up interview was she wanted the women's division to be more than just a featured attraction, which even on NXT, especially feels this way on NXT pay-per-views, where it still feels like a special attraction match.
Here's how I see it.
One match.
Here's how I see it. Okay, so you want the women's division to be on par with the men's division. Fair goal. Here's the thing. Yeah, the NXT women's division, at some points, especially during the time of the Four Horsewomen, I think they were even better than the men's division. And that men's division included Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor, my boy Kevin Owens. They were on par, if not superior sometimes, to the men's division. That's not exactly easy to say.
And JC brings up a good point. Matty, Black Panther and Captain Marvel made over $1 billion at the box office. Get woke, go broke is a meaningless phrase. Thank you, JC.
Fair point. But Captain Marvel didn't exactly... let's put it this way. Captain Marvel is regarded as not the best Marvel movie. I will say this. I'm not going to argue Black Panther. Black Panther is a fucking awesome movie. Captain Marvel, you're going to have some problems with me on that one.
Captain Marvel, the worst thing I can say about that film is that it's just formulaic Marvel at this point. That's about the worst thing I could say about it. Is that it just...
Brie Larson isn't helping your cause. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, Brie Larson was excellent in that film. I think that she was
in the movie,
fine.
Outside of the movie, not so much.
Anyways, moving on back onto wrestling, I think that this is definitely moving in the future sometime within the next 2 or 3 years towards just making intergender wrestling, because there are more and more women in that company that want intergender wrestling. And one of those people, right now, we have Naomi, who recently did an interview saying, yeah, I want intergender wrestling, and I want it to be a normal thing. And we've also had several women sign that regularly did intergender wrestling, like Mia Yim, like Candice LeRae, and several others that they have on their roster that have done intergender matches on the regular.
You're just talking about the people currently. Kimber Lee, Chikara Grand Champion.
Yeah. She was someone
For
who,
example.
I'm still surprised they didn't keep under contract. That was a bit strange.
It's strange. It is strange. You know, it could have been a thing where they saw something they didn't like. I don't know. I do not speak for that on that one.
Right. But yeah, it's just, they keep on signing more and more women. And the way the independent scene is going is, as you're saying, just I'm seeing it pop over on my timeline. There are more and more intergender matches. Like one that just happened was Warhorse versus Kylie Ray.
I saw that actually. It was actually pretty good.
I saw a clip of that. And we're just saying it's a regular thing, like just more and more intergender matches just treated as just the normal thing. Like we're just going to just completely destroy the barriers. And I think Triple H is just trying to slowly but surely just sort of put that into people's minds. And the first thing to do that is just take away the division barriers. Just you're not thinking about it in your head like this is just the men's division and the women's division. This is just the championship. And this is just the next step in that evolution, if you will.
Jay Coggins will keep it on the wrestling. Black Panther and Captain Marvel are the best examples to the go broke as being meaningless, being meaningful or meaningless. It's not the best points. There are multiple AAA video games that tried to go woke, and are just flat out going woke or going broke. You know, watch the Monastery. We'll give you a couple examples there. TW, you think my hanging out with a monk over the monasteries, maybe skewing my opinion a little too much?
I have no idea. You'll have to. That's.
I know for a fact that Aaron is going to take a shit on this one. I'm just going to say, hey, it's not the worst decision in the world they've done. We could think of a few. Saudi Arabia, one of the big ones. Believe me.
Yeah, it's still the worst thing that they've done, in my opinion. Just, hey, let's take a look. Let's actually ally ourselves with this government that's still killing people in town squares. That seems like a great idea. Killing people in town squares for using drugs or witchcraft or for atheism.
Bottom line it with the women's division. I don't know if I'm ready for intergender matches, personally, because you got to make it. Because the man facing off against someone in the men's division. Okay. But you gotta build it up right. It can't just be a regular thing like you see on Monday Night Raw, because otherwise you're gonna make it without significance, and that's the worst thing you could do.
I think
you gotta make that shit count. Impact.
I can't wait till we get to the
Impact. If Tessa Blanchard had it fucked up, Impact could have made that shit count.
I honestly can't wait until we get to the point where you can just randomly do men versus women matches on Raw without needing build up for it. Or it can just be a regular thing. I actually can't wait to get to that point.
In this day and age, I'd rather have build up, because at the very least you could excuse it. So when the people who say this shit shouldn't happen, it's like you could say, look at the build up, look at what the story they're trying to tell. Without build up, you're giving the people you're giving the people who might go to the sponsors to yank their money out of the WWE or out of USA or Fox. That's why I say you got to build that up. You got to make sure your shot is solid.
I think JCL's midpoint here says, if I can buy a wrestling zombie, I can buy someone like Asuka, who is the same height as Marco Stunt, wrestling a dude.
Hey, fair point. And that's an absolute fair point.
And you can and there are several women who could definitely kick men's asses. I could definitely buy a Rhea Ripley ripping through at least half the men's roster right now.
I wouldn't mind her kicking Seth Rollins' ass down a few pegs. I'll tell you that much. But
Most
again,
definitely.
context needs to be built here. Not because here's the thing. I'm with you on this one, but I gotta think pragmatically, because there's gonna be some people who are gonna think, "Oh, what's someone to think of the children?" There's gonna be that one asshole who's gonna call the FCC, and WWE's gonna be fucked.
Those people cry over name a thing.
True. Absolutely true. But in 2020, over the shadow of the whole political correctness, forgive me if I want to be a bit cautious when it comes to intergender wrestling, especially in mainstream WWE.
That's what I'm saying. I can't wait until we can get to that point where it's just a regular thing, just a regular match. And I think that we're probably going to reach that.
And between two wrestlers who just want to kick each other's ass. But at the beginning, in 2021, 2022, when this eventually happens, this needs to be WrestleMania level good writing.
We're never going to get WrestleMania level good writing when it comes to Monday Night Raw.
I know.
At least not.
I know. But it needs to be that. Otherwise, you may as well not do it. It sucks to say it, but you can't tell me I'm wrong here.
What I'm saying is I'm guessing that this is the plan for Triple H, and once he eventually takes over.
The minute he takes over, it's only going to be a matter of time, and they will build it up. But under Vince's watchful, Vince and Kevin Dunn, I don't expect it to happen.
That's because Vince is an old man. He's stuck in his ways, and he can't see beyond the past way of doing things. Whereas Triple H, he seems to have an eye on what the fans want and how to capitalize on that. He has at the very least, he has somebody watching the independent scene, seeing how things are developing there, and be like, okay, we see where this is going. Let's try to get on this ball before we're looking like we're too far behind.
You're too fucking late there, Hunter. NXT's not far behind. The rest of the company.
Yeah, like Triple H is like, okay, what are these guys doing over here? Okay, what kind of trends are we seeing over here? We need to capitalize on this while the getting's good before we look like a bunch of dinosaurs. Because that's the one thing Triple H does not like to look like. He always tries, because one thing we have to know about Triple H is that he always wants to be the coolest guy in the room. He has that ego about him where he always wants to be the coolest motherfucker that you know.
Jay Coggins, aren't the networks the big thing limiting intergender wrestling? Yeah, it depends. It depends on the network. And again, this is why you need to build the context.
I think that Triple H, when he takes over, I think he could be a slick talker. Like, look, this is.
I will say this: Triple H is a slick talker.
It's not a mystery. This guy got Bruno Sammartino to come back, and Bruno Sammartino hated WWE. He hated it, and yet Triple H is able to convince him. That's how good of a talker Triple H is when it comes to doing the business, if you will.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying he's a slick talker, but he's still going to need the right pieces. And will he have the right pieces when he eventually takes over? And that's the big question mark.
I'd like to think that he probably will, as long as he has, at least some of the women making it to the main roster. But we'll have to hope that...
And not shitting the bed thanks to Vince McMahon. Again, it is a big fucking wild card. And I'm not sure I'm ready to praise intergender wrestling in WWE again.
At the very least, I'm ready to praise it if Triple H is going to eventually start booking in NXT starting. Like I said, I'm seeing the wheels turning. I'm going to see this starting coming in 2021, 2022, somewhere around that time where we're going to start seeing it.
Hopefully you're not wrong. I hope you're not wrong. But right now, it's like, that's an uphill battle. Anyway, what's next?
That's about it. That was all I had this week.
All right.
Not as much news as previous weeks, but we got a lot of stuff to cover.
We do. We still got 2 pay-per-views to cover, and the rest of a pay-per-view that is LIVE. We'll get to that in a few minutes. Before we do that, y'all know it's fun time it is. It's time for your emails and comments of the week. You tell me about the WrestleCast@gmail.com. Please. Just want to make sure because I want to cough while I'm muted there. We begin, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you know who it is, Tito.
Wrench Taku.
Come on, you could have made it a little longer so I could drink some of my iced tea.
French Taku.
Thank you, sir. By the way, tea is a good idea. Iced tea? Oh, yeah. Hello, Wrestle Cast. It's that bastard time of the year for the event that will or will not piss us off on the biggest event of April. It's not Raw, not Raw, Raw, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, Smack, or AEW, or Smack Diddly Down Live. Let's go over with the Royal Rumble. And yes, he did indeed spell it R-I-M-B-L-E. Excuse me. Fucking cold. This year's edition was underwhelming. Was less interested to watch, especially for the women, which includes one woman announced for it being Charlotte Flair. As for the matches, well, here's a quick rundown. Raw Women's Belt, Irish Last Kicker versus the Kabuki Empress. I like the story reflecting last year's feud between Lynch and Asuka. Becky all knows that she came up short to her and wants to avenge her loss. The match will be exciting, and even with the potential interference from Kairi Sane. For the winner, I have Becky retaining, or you could push it till Mania if Ronda doesn't show up. Don't know if you have enough gas for Becky versus Asuka all the way to Mania weekend, but I'd say if you want to put another pay-per-view on with that, I don't think that'd be a bad idea. The apple pie Indian strap match for the Blue Champ belt, brother. That's what it said. I'm just reading it verbatim. Fiend versus the American Dragon. I don't know the reason for this strap match, especially with the added rule of touching the four corners. I hope they do not apply it. Sorry, Daniel, but you have to lose to Wyatt. Again. The 30 men organized clusterfuck. My picks are Kofi Kingston and Drew McIntyre. And I do see Kingston eliminating Lesnar for the retribution of his loss on the first SmackDown. The women's organized clusterfuck, either Shayna Baszler to win or, for a shocker, Nia Jax. I know, Nia is not the best choice, but who was the one who cost her first shot at Ronda Rousey back in 2018? Ooh. A fair point. Winners, Keith Lee for winning the NXT North American Championship from the Roderick Strong. Ross Murphy for winning the Raw Tag Belt, and Paige Omega for becoming the new AEW World Tag Champs. I know I'll be hated for this, but it's good to see you back, Adam Blampier. He was on the Wrestle Talk. We brought it up earlier. It's a rumor, but it may be possible that Lance Archer might join AEW in the near future. I hope it's confirmed, he says.
I will wait to see what happens there.
Same here. Honestly, I think the best play would be, hey, if you have some... No, actually, I'm going to say it. I hope AEW and New Japan get together to work together. I think it's just a smart move. We talked about that last week, but, you know. Again, I think our points still stand on that. Losers, again, the feud between Rusev and Lashley continues. I hate this. The rumor then Santina Moreau could show up in the Women's Royal Rumble. Oh God, the horror. Do not do this. WWE.
No!
I would rather Santino enter as a surprise entrant in the Raw and the men's Rumble than Santina.
That would be the worst decision they could make when it comes to the Women's Rumble.
You know, outside of James Ellsworth winning the fucking thing. Hey, you know, if it's brought up here, it is jinxed not to happen later.
Also, I'm pretty sure he's blackballed from the company.
How?
What?
How?
What do you mean? Remember when Ellsworth got busted for being a creep? He got busted for being a creeper? Remember when that happened?
Yeah, that'll blackball you out of the Fed. Fair point. Fair point. Losers. More losers. Let's see. More losers. Oh, yeah. Vince McMahon for apparently getting drunk out of his ass at Rocky Johnson's funeral. I don't know how it goes in the U.S., but it's just disrespectful to get drunk when we mourn the death of someone. Absolutely, it's disrespectful in North America. I know that. I mean, it depends on the celebration. There are some spots where, you know, we do. Hey, you want to drink? You want to have a beverage? Fine, do it at the reception, at the after party, so to speak. Don't do it before the funeral. Just don't.
Yeah.
That's just not good mojo. That's it. Good night and enjoy the Rumble, he says. Do we have more? No, we don't have. No, that is it. Aw. I thought for a second, I honestly thought I saw, I'm fairly certain I thought I saw Evil Reverend in there.
You apparently saw incorrectly.
Apparently I did. Just did a double check, especially in the junk folder. No, none to be seen.
You are getting old. You're getting blind in your old age, Matty.
I am tired. That's what it is. I am tired from my old age. Anyway, those are your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. We shall return, ladies and gentlemen, with a review of the Royal Rumble weekend.
Preview.
Tired. Preview. BREVIEW. Just go to the break. We'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsors.
And action.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Again, please.
Again?
Again.
Art thou bored?
Yeah.
Step into a Slim Jim. Turn to the spice. That beefy, juicy taste. Need a little excitement? Step into a Slim Jim.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
After a hard day at the office, working up a big thirst, many professionals reach for the smooth taste of Mellow Yellow.
Woo, baby! Mellow Yellow, the taste that beats Mountain Dew.
And now, Mellow Yellow has pictures and all the facts on your favorite NWA wrestlers. Ric Flair, Sting, the Road Warriors,
And even my pretty face.
Head to your favorite store and collect all 12.
Woo! Take it from Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Make the Mellow Yellow move.
This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
Randall Keith Thornton. I should have claymored you. Randy, look at me. That one is on me. Wichita, that's why they call it the RKO out of nowhere. I pray to God you and I end up in the ring in the Royal Rumble together, because the Claymore's not coming out of nowhere. I'm gonna kick your damn head off your shoulders. I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble, and finally, after all this time, Drew McIntyre is gonna main event WrestleMania.
And we're back here on the Wrestle Cast, RVT Entertainment production on RVT Entertainment. BrokenFN.com, PowerMag.com, YouTube, live on Twitch.tv/RVT Entertainment. Matty and TWK here with you as always. Jay Coggins, if you didn't see it in the on demand. I don't think he meant kayfabe as in the movie kayfabe. I think kayfabe as in character. He brought it up.
Then why would he capitalize the K?
Typo?
No, he did it multiple times. Every time he used
Dude,
kayfabe, he always
not everyone watches kayfabe. It's a sad reality, but it's a reality.
I know, but why capitalize it? You confuse me easily then.
You're always easily confused. Anyway,
I'm not Batman.
You are easily confused.
I'm not
maybe
Batman.
not as bad. Maybe not as bad, man, but still. Anyway, let me read the fucking thing so people in the audio version can actually go. Oh, Coggin said I'd share the answer once the break happened, so here it is. Tallest wrestler in kayfabe is Unibosu from the promotion Kaiju Big Battel. He's billed at being 3 million leagues under the sea tall, which is around 54 billion, 684,900,000 feet tall, and 0 inches.
Okay, that last part seems very precise.
Very precise, but it's a precise measurement. They make sure, the heights are equal, weights are equal, weight division. Then again, it's Kaiju Big Battle.
That is very true.
It seems to be the kind of thing that would do that. Kayfabe would make sense in this case. Anyway, during the break too, you could hear me. T-Dub could hear me go. It makes so much sense. Yeah. Anyway, kayfabe as in character, not in the movie. As in not the movie. Anyway. So I said we were talking about a little bit of an update. Let me refresh the thing, tell you what the hecky happened here with the National Wrestling Alliance. And come on, it's been like over an hour. Come on.
Yeah, it's not updating, even though I do have the results of who won the TV title.
All right, well, we'll start with that. Who won the TV title, my friend?
Ricky Starks.
Good for him.
Called it.
You called it. You indeed called it. Wikipedia is not giving us the refresh, folks, so forgive us.
Also for national title, Scott Steiner won by DQ.
You know what? I take solace in knowing a pissed off Scott Steiner will appear on NWA Power to cut another promo.
Hopefully.
William Patrick Corgan, make the shit happen. Come on. That's good YouTube. And as far as the final match, and actually those were the last two major things of Ricky Starks. Who did he defeat, by the way?
Don't know, and not really in the mood to find out because we have 2 cards to preview.
We do. So Ricky Starks, he defeated Tim Storm, and whoever won that one, I'm assuming maybe Trevor Murdoch, but we don't know. So we're going to have to move on. And of course, Scott Steiner by DQ. So those are the 2 major things that you need to know if you are interested. Of course, if you want to see the whole thing, the Fight app, you can get it once and watch it forever. It is available on demand. Just saying. So, Royal Rumble weekend. The whole damn thing happening in Houston, Tejas. The arena matches are going to happen at the Toyota Center. The actual Royal Rumble will happen. We'll tell you where it is. Actually, it's a different venue. Worlds Collide, which is not a takeover event. So that breaks. This is sort of a streak breaker in a sense. It's still an NXT event, so it still counts as like, okay, in the chronology. But it's not a takeover. Just simply Worlds Collide 2020, NXT versus NXT UK as it is billed. And here's what we have. Mia Yim versus Kaylee Ray in the pre-show.
Because Kaylee Ray is the NXT UK Women's Champion, I expect her to win.
I don't see why this is a dark match material, because usually NXT shows are just a show and nothing in the pre-show, but we'll see how this is handled. This is obviously not a takeover proper, so things can change. The main card, what's guaranteed to be shown on television, is as follows: a tag team match between Mustache Mountain, Tread 7, and Tyler Bate, taking on hashtag DIY Gargano and Ciampa back again.
I think this will be an easy victory for DIY.
No. I know. Let's be honest. Whoever wins, it will not be easy. It will be earned.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good back and forth, but I think this is an easy way to call. I think this DIY is winning. I don't have a zero down in my mind about it.
You know, it's a case of if they do DIY one more time, let it lie as it's a winner win. Hey, you know what? We got one more win. You go after Goldie. I'll do my own thing with Finn Balor. I'll kick his ass a little bit.
Exactly.
If you're Gargano, of course. And that'll be what I do. But, you know, hey, this is NXT. You could go in any direction. I don't think we're going to complain too much. And again, Mustache Mountain will present themselves very well. I don't think people are going to complain if the UK boys if the Mustache Mountain take a fall on this one. This one, though, this next one, I'm not going to lie. If you tell me, like, I'm probably going to watch it afterwards. But if you tell me this is match of the night, I would not be surprised. I would not be shocked. It's a 4-way match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship of the World. The current champion, Angel Garza, taking on Isaiah Swerve Scott, Jordan Devlin, and Travis Banks.
Now, if there's another belt that needs a redesign, it's this one. Get that WWE logo out. Do what you did with the NXT UK belt. Get the NXT logo in.
Yeah. I would say, if nothing else, for the redesign, go full hog, replace the strap, because obviously the purple was for the Cruiserweight division for the 205 Live. You know? I'd say there's a lot of people who have like the Cruiserweight replica, but without the purple strap, which is a traditional black strap, which I found fucking classy.
I wouldn't mind if they went to classic black and gold colors for the belts.
Yeah. Hell, black and silver still looks good. I'll say that right now.
Very true, but I think the most important thing is get the WWE logo out, get the NXT logo in.
Absolutely. Completely agree there.
As for this match, going to be absolutely phenomenal. We got some great talent in here from NXT UK and NXT brand, and I expect Angel Garza to leave with the belts.
Next up, oh good lord, Ilya Dragunov still looking for a fight. Well, he's got to get one. Finn Balor.
I cannot wait to see this match. I think it's pretty obvious that Finn's probably going to win. I think it's fairly obvious. But it's gonna be one hell of a night.
I mean, this is a foregone conclusion, but at the same time, this is going to be an awesome match.
Ilya Dragunov in a match. Just know that this guy, I've never seen somebody so into their classical entrance theme.
Yeah.
As much as he is. This guy is just practically just headbanging to his classical music as he enters.
I don't know if this is a fair comparison, but I compare him to Hiromu Takahashi in a sense.
Not as crazy.
Not as crazy, but the manicism of the character, I for lack of better terminology here.
Yeah, I guess you can sort of see that. Nevertheless, once again, should be a knockout, drag-out match with Finn Balor picking up the victory by driving Ilya's head straight into the camera.
More than likely. In the only championship match in the whole thing, but it's still NXT versus
No, second championship match. Second one.
Oh, second one. Excuse me. I derp.
We just talked about him.
I just talked to... It's, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure a lot of people think this is the only one because they forget the Cruiserweight title. I mean, WWE did for the longest time.
Yeah.
Forgive me, folks. I'm reconditioning myself to actually actually saying the Cruiserweight division is actually good again. Which it always was, but it's always in the back burner. Because of Vince McMahon and his fucking idiot.
There's the beef!
Wow. Anyway, Rhea Ripley defending the NXT Women's Championship. I'm sorry, the NXT Championship. That is going to be fucking confusing in a couple of months. Rhea Ripley Women's Division Championship taking on Toni Storm.
I think Rhea's going to win it, defend it here. She just won it just last month, so I don't expect her to lose already. I think they should really strap the rocket to her, shoot her straight to the moon.
Absolutely. I could say Rhea Ripley.
Also, one thing I found interesting was on this week's NXT, when Toni Storm held up the women's title, the whole crowd booed. It's like, whoa.
I saw that clip and I went, whoa, okay. People really, 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 really like Rhea. Which is not a bad sign, but you would think Toni Storm would have a little bit of babyface pop in NXT too. Nope.
Because she's always been a babyface.
NXT just went, you're going after our best girl. Boo! Boo!
At the very least, this shows that NXT knows how to make a strong babyface.
Yeah, well, I'll buy that. I could buy that. And in the main event, before I read the names, T-Dub, did you hear that chop?
We will.
Oh, no. On Wednesday, you heard that chop, right?
I'm pretty sure people in the Andromeda Galaxy heard that chop.
Yeah. It's Imperium! Walter, Fabian Eichner, Marcel Barthel, and Alexander Wolf taking on the Undisputed Era, featuring the NXT Heavyweight Champion of the World, Adam Cole, the Tag Team Champs, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and former NXT North American, I'm sorry, Roderick, former North American Champion, Roderick Strong. Chests are going to die on Saturday.
More likely than not, yes.
Because, yeah, I was tempted to put that clip as like the introduction clip for this segment. Because the minute, I was like, Nigel McGuinness had the best line, the best time line. The fireworks are about to go off. Cole's about to throw an enziguri, but gets caught by Walter, and then fucking chop. And the whole NXT crowd go, ooh.
And the way Cole sold that, I've never seen somebody sell a chop like that before.
Dude,
Jesus.
You've been slapped in the chest before, right?
Yes, multiple times.
You don't have to work hard to sell that fucking thing.
Probably not, but just the way you damn near flipped out of it.
Because I've been chopped before. True story. It was never recorded, which it was supposed to be recorded because I wanted to do a charity thing. We actually rose about $50, which no chop change. Unfortunately, the footage got lost, sadly, so it was unusable. But I did take the chop from one wrestling company's hardest chopper, and let me tell you, you don't have to work hard to sell that chop.
I've never been chopped hard by the promotion's worst chopper, but I did get chopped a lot throughout a day once, and it left my chest being red for about 3 or 4 days.
We did it for the people, and I said, listen, it's okay, I'll heal up. And the guy felt bad for hurting me. I was like, no, hey, dude, it's a red spot. I quote-unquote sold it. I didn't have to sell it. People laughed. That was the point. We're good.
But yeah, lucky you. You only got the one chop?
The hardest chop in the building. You heard it at the popcorn stand, which is across the building. From what I was told.
I got chopped throughout an entire day.
Which, yeah, it still sucked. For you, it still sucked.
Yeah, I'll take just the one chop over.
You had the worst one. I'm not going to argue that, but
yeah, I got
still
20
one
chops in one day.
stiff-ass chop.
And some
Bottom line, Walter has a hard-ass chop, and Adam Cole did not have to work hard to sell that. I'm sure.
Probably not, and I'm still wondering which of these two are going to win. I'm really going back and forth in my head because on one hand, it would help Walter to win because it would really help raise NXT UK stock. But on the other hand, the main NXT brand is what
I am going to help you with that decision with mine. Imperium should win. Simply for the reason that they did Walter dirty at Survivor Series.
That is very true. Yeah.
To me, this is the only way you could say, look, we're finally refreshing your belt. You still have your stable, and we did you dirty. So the Undisputed Era, we need to build up something of a story of tension they're finally starting to show cracks, and we need to rebuild you as a badass motherfucker. Because hey, if Vince wants Walter as a surprise entrant, we need to make sure that when he eventually squares up to Brock Lesnar, I'll get to that in a few minutes. When that happens, you could believe that, oh shit, something's about to go down and we are not ready for it. Not, oh, this guy's going to get his ass kicked. You're going to look at this going, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Brock's chest might actually die.
You know what? I'm changing my mind. Yep. Imperium, 100%.
Yeah. Because, well, we're going to go over this, and they're going for the traditional format of it's Raw and SmackDown, no NXT, but we'll get to the Rumble. Well, actually, we'll get to the Rumble now, because that's pretty much we're done with the NXT Worlds Collide, but I'm like, you still got to bring up a couple of NXT stars to fill up a few slots. And Walter, you did Walter dirty, but you could square him up and you know what? We'll get to that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Royal Rumble, the actual event from the Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, January 26, 2020. And this one's pretty fucking simple. They haven't announced any pre-show matches yet, but we haven't seen anything as yet. Let me refresh that real quick, because things may have changed as far as the entrances are, entrance, if you will. And it filled up a little bit. But the main card stays the same. It starts with Andrade taking on Humberto Carrillo for the U.S. title. This was built up on Raw on Monday after the ladder match, which I thought, okay, you got a little bit of Carrillo's heat back. Good job.
I still see Andrade retaining.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed on that. Bayley versus Lacey Evans for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Yes, that is a thing that's happening. And yes, Lacey Evans is babyface now.
I think that Bayley's going to win here, and they're going to progress with their start a feud between her and Sasha going into WrestleMania. Start playing the seeds here.
If you're an old school NXT fan or like a longtime fan like us, you're thinking, yeah, there's no way they could top Brooklyn, but goddamn, you're salivating at them attempting to top Brooklyn. Because that's going to be an awesome match if that happens. Egos, those two egos are such that they will not allow to have a subpar match at WrestleMania.
Then they know how to put on a good match together. So as long as WWE lets them do their thing, it could be a great match.
Yeah. Shorty G. I hate the fucking name, but you know what? Fuck it. Chad Gable taking on Sheamus.
I hope that Sheamus bro kicks Shorty G into changing his name back into Chad Gable.
Please. Because it's obvious that Sheamus
the Shorty
winning.
G out of him.
Bro kicked the Shorty out of him. It's a stupid fucking gimmick and a stupid fucking name. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin. People are saying this will be a dog food on a pole or loser eats dog food, but nope. Falls count anywhere match.
Thankfully, and please just finally let Roman get the singles victory and end this feud. End.
Absolutely. It's one of those things like, oh, look, we appreciate King Corbin, but he's a mid-carder and this is a main event feud. Someone should tell King Corbin, lose to King in your name before you start being a main event thinker again, buddy.
This guy has been spending more time in the main event than Jinder Mahal.
You know, a lot of people in the chat are thinking I had Dave you for that, but the sad thing is, Mahal would belong in there better in there than with Reigns than King Corbin. Change our minds. Becky Lynch versus Asuka. This is the run back from last year's Rumble. Just the positions are the same. Becky Lynch is still the Raw Women's Champion this time around, but it's Asuka versus Becky Lynch, Raw Women's title.
I think Becky Lynch avenges her loss last year and goes on to WrestleMania.
Goes full year with the belt. Makes sense. That's how I see it. Strap match, Universal title, Bray Wyatt versus the Fiend Bray Wyatt taking on Daniel Bryan. I almost called him Bryan Danielson there.
I think that Bray Wyatt will retain here in the strap match, and hopefully they don't do the 4 corner rules because this doesn't feel like a match that suits the Fiend gimmick, really.
I don't care what the kind of rules they use. Just turn off the fucking red light, turn on the regular lights, you fucks.
That would be nice, so that way we can view the match without anything obscuring our vision.
Please. And this is just in no particular order, but they have the women's under the men's, so we'll just start with women. Makes sense. Women's Royal Rumble, 9 of them have been announced as of right now. So that they need some NXT help for sure.
100%. And I would love to see Shayna Baszler win the Rumble.
Here's what we see in there. Shayna Baszler's not in there, but they have 21 slots to fill. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, Sarah Logan, Natalya, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose. I'm kind of expecting Liv Morgan in there as well, but they haven't announced that yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to use everyone on Raw, everyone on SmackDown, and a few people from NXT, and maybe a couple from UK.
I'm kind of with you on this one. I see Shayna Baszler going after Becky. That would be the big feud going into Mania. Makes sense.
And then the only thing that you could say against it is, maybe the main roster fans don't really know about Baszler, but they saw her Survivor Series, so I think
she won that fucking Survivor Series. You don't need to do more than that. Yeah. And just bring up that she's pally pals with old Ronda Rousey over there.
And that's all you need for this feud to get going.
And hey, the main event of WrestleMania was built on social media. They could do that the same and be about as effective as they were last year. Tell me I'm wrong, folks. Tell me I'm wrong.
You are not wrong in this case. So come on, Shannon, win the Rumble. Do it. Win the Rumble.
Mike Shell with 10 bits. Wyatt, you don't have to turn on the red light.
Ha, I got that reference. Good old Sting.
Yep.
The singer called Sting. The singer called Sting.
No, not that Sting. The singer Sting.
And of course, our main event, maybe. We'll see.
We don't know, but it's Bork Laser, so it's probably going to happen. The men's Royal Rumble. A lot more people in there. 27 out of 30 entrants, so there's going to be a couple of surprises, and I hope one or two of them are NXT related. But if you go over social media the last couple of days, oh boy. Here's who we know is in there, confirmed. Brock Lesnar, who is guaranteed to go number 1. He wants number 1. Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Eric Rowan, Randall Keith Orton, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Elias, King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Otis Tucker, Rusev, Bobby Lashley, Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy, Braun Strowman, Shinsuke Nakamura, you poor bastard, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe. They're low-key building a awesome feud, by the way, on Raw. Kofi Kingston, Big E, R-Truth, John Morrison, and The Miz. John Morrison, back in the Fed. He showed
this
up.
This ain't no make-believe. Open your eyes and see.
Yep. He's still using the theme, so that's awesome. Now,
also, interesting note.
The
first video game he's going to be in the past several years is not going to be the WWE 2K21 game. It's going to be Retromania. He's still going to be in that game.
He's guaranteed to be in there as I think Johnny Mundo?
Johnny Retro.
Johnny Retro. Makes all the sense in the world. Anyway, so he's Johnny Retro. I'm going to buy that shit out of the game. Anyway, so 3 slots left. And if you go over social media, one of them maybe Edge.
One of them is most definitely Cain Velasquez. He's already confirmed that in the UK interview.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez wants to be in there, though. That could be a red herring. At this point, it's the Rumble. They got 3 slots to fill, and none of them are NXT. Here's how I see this.
Can also do.
Let me before you go ahead. Go, sorry.
One thing that they've actually done in the past is, somebody's laid out backstage, which means someone else takes their spot.
Let's see, who could that be?
R-Truth, they can lay him out backstage.
They can lay him out, R-Truth. I think Blampier was talking about using the 24/7 title in some form or fashion during the match, which could work.
They could
Here's
also
how I
take out
see the
Otis or
start of
Tucker.
it. Otis and Tucker one of them could be in there. R-Truth, more than likely, I would say. Anyway, here's how I see this happening. And here's why I want Walter to win, because he wins, his credibility is somewhat restored. He'll have chopped the shit out of all 4 members of the Undisputed Era. Brock comes in. Here's how you see. Here's how you finish the rehabilitation of Walter on main roster eyes. Brock comes in. Paul cuts his promo. He's doing his regular bit. And then, let's all find out who drew number 2. Walter. Now, some of you folks out there, some of you casual fans are going to go, ugh, not that fucker got jobbed out. Yes. And Brock will go, who's this guy? But Walter is going, You're toiling my ring with your part-time bullshit. We got 2 minutes. Let's dance. And it's simple. Brock laughs, and then he gets chopped. And he goes, now, he obviously sells it because it's a Walter chop, but not as hard as everyone else has. He goes, oh shit. All right, here we go. Walter froze the first German. Yeah. Froze the first German. I was interrupted, folks. That's what happened. Walter froze the first German to Brock. Brock no-sells it. Brock returns the receipt. Froze his German. Walter not only survives it, he goes right on. Is that all you got? And they stare down until number 3 comes in, and whatever happens, happens. Forget eliminating Brock Lesnar, but standing up and taking one of Brock's best shots and throwing a chop at him and making him think, oh shit, he's real. You want to talk about rehabbing Walter? Dominant win at Worlds Collide and showing up and squaring up to Brock Lesnar. Not winning. You don't need to win. You don't need to eliminate him. But squaring up and actually throwing a couple of bombs at Brock Lesnar. Taking a couple of his best shots without having to sell too much.
JC also
here's
made
the thing.
Point saying,
but I see Brock limiting the first few guys to come in. Everyone sees that happening, though. And this needs to establish that, yes, even Brock isn't immune to it. He still eliminates them, but whoever comes up there, this is an opportunity to build a few guys and say, okay, we're not thinking of them as they might face Brock Lesnar. We might think we're just trying to rebuild so we could get people to start watching our shitty shows again. I'm not saying full out eliminate him or, have everyone do what I suggest to do with Walter. I'm just saying someone's going to have to fucking fight him and not take 2 suplexes and you're fucking out. Because otherwise, it's going to get fucking boring quickly. You need to establish that no one's safe, not even Lesnar. I'm not saying eliminate him after 1 or 2 guys. I'm just saying you need to get in there. Here's your chance. Brock is essentially Andre the Giant. You don't need to beat Andre, but if you could show that you can hang with Andre even for a few minutes, that builds you up. They need to do that with Brock, because otherwise, that main roster is way for Finn, and you want to get people to watch NXT UK some more.
Everyone on this list, though, I think the person that will eliminate Brock, hopefully, is Drew McIntyre. I think he could do it early on.
I think that's the guy who should eliminate him. I think he should. I think it's either between Drew and Kofi to eliminate Brock.
Yeah, I can see that as well.
Drew for the star-making performance, or Kofi for the catharsis. I think that's how you should. I think that's how it should be played.
Nevertheless, I don't think Brock should win.
No, I'll know. For the love of God, do not do that.
Also, do not set up Brock versus Cain Velasquez or Brock versus Tyson Fury at WrestleMania.
I mean, if nothing else, I think that everyone has realized, okay, maybe not Tyson Fury, but no, Cain Velasquez was a. Then again, it's Saudi. It's Saudi blood money. It was a shit show to begin with, but no, just flat, hard no.
Also, I know this is a very, very vain statement, but I'm hoping that after WrestleMania they come to realize that they don't need the belt and that Lesnar can just be a special attraction just by his name value alone. He doesn't need the belt. He just doesn't. I've been saying this for years. He doesn't.
I brought up the name of Andre the Giant. It's basically what Brock is now, in a sense. Andre was a special attraction you brought out for the heels to get their ass kicked or to present an intriguing matchup. But Brock don't need a belt.
No, he hasn't needed a belt for quite some time, and he definitely does not need one in this year.
But that's why I present those matchups, because you're going to see, because you get the idea of, I'm sure we will eventually see Keith Lee square up to Brock Lesnar. I think that's an inevitability. That if they are interested in building Keith Lee up even more, that's an inevitability. Drew McIntyre needs to square up. If you have the balls, Walter should be up there. Here's your chance to rehab some of the guys who should be up there in the mid card and lower main event portion, but were destroyed for various reasons. This is the perfect time to do it because Brock will work with some of those people. And I'm like, you wouldn't have entered a Rumble just to suplex bitches every 2 minutes. Unless that's actually what they want them to do, which if they do, that's going to be a boring-ass men's Rumble. And I don't think they're going to want a boring-ass men's Rumble. If they do that, they truly deserve a 2 or 1 out of 5. But that's how I see it. As far as winning it,
losers?
As far as winning because you didn't. You said either Kofi or Drew to win it flat out, or.
For me, I just expect Drew to win the Rumble in general.
Yeah, that's how I see it as well. In fact, that's how I think that's what it should be. I think it should be Drew versus Brock. You got a couple of months to build that match up. I think it makes sense. Anyway, rant over. Let's do the winners and losers. T-Dub, let's do losers first.
I'll give mine to Vince McMahon for getting drunk at a funeral.
What a shock. That's what I had too. We are so simpatico sometimes. It's such a social faux fucking paw. I don't care if you're a billionaire. The drinks happen after the funeral. After. Not before. After. Christ, you're a fucking idiot. And Pat Patterson, you're no saint too, if that's true. Anyway. Winners.
I'm going to give mine to NWA because it sounds like they put on a spectacular pay-per-view.
You're going to have to repeat that, actually, because I think you cut off.
I'm going to give it to the National Wrestling Alliance for putting on what sounds like an excellent pay-per-view tonight from everything that I'm hearing.
I'm not going to put it in there yet because I want to watch it. But if it is, they've earned that winner for sure. I will give it to 3 people. Seth Rollins, because he's turned this negative heat into actual heel heat in the last couple of weeks. They're rehabbing AOP with him. And Buddy Murphy is looking goddamn good after 2 weeks. That is not insignificant. Keith Lee, North American Championship. Congratulations. I will bask in your glory anytime you wish, buddy. And Chris Jericho's Rockin' Wrestling Rager at Sea, Part 2. There are many stories. Solid Monster showing up in full Orange Cassidy cosplay. So much so that Orange Cassidy was not available on the trip. Boo. But John Moxley was doing karaoke of Sweet Caroline. That went viral for a couple of days. Marco's stunt with Fozzy doing sunglasses at night. That's just some of the stories you hear. You go to the oh God, Jake Coggins. Yeah, another loser should be the crowd for taking the attention from the fuck your boat. Our boat's better. Guys, there's a fucking main event going in there. I saw that show. It didn't look like, none of y'all looked like you were getting any blocked passages, if you know what I mean. It was just a boat going into view in the background. Watch the fucking match. But our boat's better. I mean, fucking duh. It's got a wrestling ring and free booze. Come on. Of course it's better. Oh, but beyond that, the stories coming out of it, good Lord, I want to go on that boat so goddamn bad next year. I swear, by some minor bullshit, I cannot make that GDQ trip. I am making that Rager. I have to make that boat. Like, I have to now. And for nothing else, it's a week of wrestling, rock and roll, and booze and food. And, of course, I'll bring my Nintendo Switch to play on the boat, too. But, you know, that goes without saying. Anyway. T-Dub, you got, I believe you might have a new video. No, you don't have a new video.
No, but I'm working on one, so stay tuned for that.
If you want to see that new video early when it eventually comes out, you can subscribe to TWK's Patreon, patreon.com/TWK Reviews. Of course, I got my tip jar, paypal.me/Matty Jay 316. Donations are optional, but always appreciated. Shirts are available at streamlabs.com/RVT Entertainment/merch. It has been revamped, so there no tote bags are available anymore. However, I was distracted by something there, and I'll read that for a few seconds, or in a few seconds. But I'll replace the tote bag with a warm-up mug that shows up, that has our logo on it. It's a wonderful thing. Once again, buy our merch. You can follow us on Twitter at MattyJ316 and at TWKOfficial. I'm on Instagram as well at MattyJ316. Emails go to the WrestleCast@gmail.com. And we're back here in the same WrestleCast time, same WrestleCast channel, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as per usual. And all that stuff. I'm back here on Sunday for TWK Riffs live with my buddies, Easy Rider, The Shades, and Spade Ace. And Rico, listen to Matty J riff kid shows on Sunday, ? And Mike Shell, I was distracted by Mike Shell. And the MJF pool toy. I'm sorry, that was MJF. That's true. That is true. Poor guy can't swim, though. Or he was selling it like he couldn't swim. Anyway. That's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning in and saying hi. We appreciate it, as always. On behalf of my good buddy TWK.
Until next time, this TWK of TWK Reviews telling you to work your gimmick.
I fucking rambled over the last 10 minutes. I'm sorry. My name's Matty Jay, reminding you to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion. As soon as possible, I will have my voice back by next week. I swear to God. This fucking cold sucks. But I fared better. I only coughed like 4 times. About to hit the mute button on my Yeti. So I will be back with hopefully a fuller voice next week and all that stuff. Have a good one. Have a safe one. We'll talk to you next time, everybody. Bye! Everybody! Bye! Oh, wow. I didn't have to cough that one.
It's the Monday after the Weekend Update with Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford.
Done.